In this episode, we're going to make furikake. It's a Japanese rice seasoning, but it's so much more than a Japanese rice seasoning. You can put it on everything. It's gonna be your new store-cupboard ingredient. I'm going to be introducing you to some of the best Japanese ingredients. So let's get started. Okay, first up, what you need to do is slice up some shallots. Not your onions, you're gonna go for shallots. And we're gonna slice up your shallots really finely. So, most importantly, you need a sharp knife. You can also use a mandolin if you're not so confident in your knife skills. So first up, you need to have a sharp knife. If you want to know how to sharpen your knife properly, Matt Healy's got an excellent video on exactly how to sharpen your knife. But I'm just gonna quickly sharpen this blade and slice up this shallot. And we're gonna go into rondelles. So you wanna take off the top and the bottom and just take off the skin, peel it off. Try and peel it off. I mean, it can be a bit funky. We're not gonna be using that. Also take off the top layer because it can be a bit tough as well. So you wanna take off that. And then I'm gonna use about 2 shallots here. And we're just gonna take off the top layer and peel that. So all this, we need to pop, can't use all of this, but we're going to slice up these shallots super, super finely. Now if you see that is paper thin. We need to go slice up the shallots as finely as possible into these little rondelles. Be careful of your fingers, you don't want any blood. So, I'm also going to show you how to use a mandolin to slice up this shallot as well. If you don't have a mandolin, get your knife skills up to speed, guys. Also be careful of your fingers here as well because, yeah. Nobody wants finger in your crispy shallots. Right, you can see how thin these shallots are. That's exactly what you want. It's a lot easier with your mandolin. Right. Okay. Next up, you're gonna need a small saucepan and we're gonna fill it up with a bit of oil. You can just use veg oil here. And you wanna start the oil off in a cold pan until about a 2 centimeter layer. Then you're going to turn the pan onto a medium heat and add your shallots straight into the oil. Give them a little zhuzhy with some tweezers or a spoon or whatever you have in your kitchen. These are going to slowly crisp up for about 20 minutes and you're going to get these beautiful crispy shallots. Nothing like you get from the supermarket. These are like, this is next level shallots. I've worked in a few different Michelin restaurants and these shallots are used to actually garnish the dishes. So you can bring these Michelin standard garnishes to your home kitchen. So we're gonna crisp up these shallots for about 10 to 20 minutes. Just give them a little stir every so often and they're gonna turn from like raw onion to this amazing, beautiful, golden crispy shallot where you can just like shove it on everything. I like put it in a sandwich, put it on rice, like everything. Okay. And you're going to keep stirring these every couple of minutes. So don't keep your eye off the ball. Don't go away. Tend to them. Give them love, care, affection. Right. We're going to need chives. Right. Let me talk to you about chives. Chives are probably the hardest and easiest herb to cut. This is because they're so unforgiving. First of all, you need the sharpest blade ever. My head chef used to stand over me and you'd hear this like breathing and it still puts the fear of God in me, like today. So if the chives weren't cut perfectly, they were not going to the guests. I'm gonna show you exactly how to cut the best chives, restaurant standard chives. So you need to get a small bunch and put a little bit of pressure between your fingers. And what we're gonna do is just chop off the ends to get a nice, even surface. Can't use these. Then we're just going to, using the sharp blade, we're just going to gently rock to get the finest chives. Now this takes a bit of practice, let me tell you that. It took me a lot of practice, but you'll get it. And you want none of these like half cut chives, you want these perfectly beautiful, finely cut chives. I'll just show you these now. Take that away. That is exactly what you need. It's like fine and beautiful. And we're going to be using this in the furikake. So we're just using the base of the knife to rock in a rocking motion. Let me slow this right down for you. And you're going to put light pressure in your hand. You want to use your knuckles, so to not make sure you don't get any ends of your fingers in there, and just glide the knife through the chives. And you should get beautifully even cut chives. Anything less than that, it was going back. So we're just going to leave these shallots to cook down for a little bit. You can see that they're starting to bubble on the outside. That's completely perfect. So about halfway through, and you can now see that the shallots are starting to lightly bubble. This is exactly what you want. What we're going to be doing is turning up the oil slightly, gradually throughout the cooking time. This is going to give these shallots that beautiful crispness. Basically, what we're doing is dehydrating the shallots in oil, so it's going to give that golden crunch, which is exactly what you're looking for. I'm going to come back in about 5 minutes and we're going to finish off the dish. Right, so once your shallots have been caramelizing in the oil, we're going to remove them. You want to remove them before they turn black, otherwise there's no coming back from it. You have to start again, and nobody wants that, so don't take your eye off the ball. We're just going to remove all the shallots from the oil and allow them to cool. Just drain it on some kitchen roll or a J cloth. And as they cool, they're going to crisp up. So just let it be, let it have a good time on the side. They're going to crisp up and get beautiful, yes. Then we're going to mix the rest of the ingredients for the furikake. So I have Togarashi. Togarashi is Japanese chili. So it's got 7 spices within it. It's Japanese sashimi. So it's got 7 different spices. If you can't get this, don't worry about it. You can use any chili powder. Cayenne would be perfect for this as well. Then I have Katsuobushi. Katsuobushi is a dried fish flake. You can see it's paper thin. It's a key component to Japanese cooking, and it's really important here because it drives that umami flavor, and it's also it's pretty special because it's going to dance in the heat of the rice that we're going to be putting this furikake on. Then we're going to add some nori. Nori is the classic seaweed that is found in sushi, and it's going to be perfect for this furikake. It's going to give that beautiful color as well as a bit of like fishy flavor and a bit of umami as well. And I'm going to add some chives for a bit of freshness. These chives that have been beautifully sliced. And we're finally going to add a few toasted sesame seeds. Give it a bit of nuttiness as well. Give that a little mixerooski. Yum. We're just going to season these shallots up with a bit of salt. I'm using flaky salt here because it's the best. And then you can see that these shallots are like beautiful and golden and crisp. I'm going to bite into one, just hopefully it's going to crunch. So good. These can actually keep just on the side. You can keep these on the side for about a month. So just make sure you keep it in a completely airtight container, and you can just leave that on the side, add it to everything, add it to your rice, add it to your sandwich, add it to your spag bowl, whack it in. Right, I'm gonna finish off this furikake with these crispy shallots, homemade, beautiful crispy shallots. Give that a bit of a mix. Smelling delicious. Yum. This is next level. I'm gonna grab my bowl. I've got some rice here that I've just prepared. Load up this bowl with a bit of rice. And fill it all up. It's all steamy and beautiful. Drop it everywhere. Okay. Right, now that's what you've been waiting for, look. We're just gonna load this up. And that has instantly become next level rice. It's got the beautiful furikake with the Katsuobushi, shallots, nuori, Togarashi. That is everything that you need to season your rice to perfection. So I hope you try this, and this works for so many different recipes. So if you want to try out the beef tartare or octopus or okonomiyaki in this series, give it a go. Enjoy.